So during this Christmas season, my wife and I went into a local gun store looking for a sling for my son's cricket rifle, and she spotted a drawing that they had for a free gun and put her name in and then informed me, and I went over to put my name in, and she informed me that she already put it in for me. So to my surprise, after Christmas and on New Year's Eve, I got a phone call from that gun store um, here in Portland, whose name is Keith Sporting Goods, and they notified me that I had won the drawing for the gun. And this is the drawing that I had won, a Ruger LC9s. He did inform me that it was blue, and I had some thoughts about that. One, I was thinking it was more of a teal blue. Two, I thought maybe it was a darker blue and would be horrible. He thought that potentially it'd be something that I would just hand over to my wife because of the color. But this is what I had received from them, and it was this lovely jewel of a gun. Uh, Not too bad of a blue, kind of a light blue. Um, Decent coloring. Uh, doesn't look bad in my opinion, and one that I wouldn't mind carrying myself. And funny thing is this is a firearm that I was looking at for potentially carrying as a concealed carry weapon on my own person. Although I will admit I was looking at getting one in black, but for free, I am not going to complain. And truthfully, I was absolutely ecstatic that I was selected to win this particular firearm. Uh, First impressions on the Ruger is it's not bad in its size. I think it's a pretty decent size for a concealed carry, because this is the one that we have been looking at before, the Glock 27. This is one that we had purchased for my wife as a concealed carry several years ago. I myself think it's a fairly decent firearm. It does shoot the 40 S&W. Uh, in the way of comparison goes, a 40 versus a 9, yeah, the 40 might have a little more stopping power, but I still think the 9 will do the job just fine. And in some respects, I've regretted that we purchased this particular one ever since, because I've got nerve damage in my hands, and the 40 is just enough kick that after several firings, my hands are pretty much toast and done for the day. And my wife is not too thrilled of the kick in the gun itself. Also, uh, I'm sure it'd be different if we would have bought the full-size Glock instead of the Glock 27. And so what I was kicking myself over is we probably should have went with the 9mm version, which I believe is the Glock 26, and maybe I'd have different results, and so would she. So needless to say, it most of the time just sits in its case. Every now and then we take it out and shoot it, but it's not something that she carries on herself, and I haven't done it myself either, simply due to the fact, in one perspective, that neither of us have our concealed carry permit, which in one perspective I've got a beef with that. I believe as an American citizen we have a right to bear arms, and that should mean I should be able to carry this without having to carry some sort of permit to carry it on my person and to carry it concealed. I know I could carry it openly, but I would much rather carry a firearm, particularly here in Portland where everybody's so gun fanatic haters. I'd much rather have one that is concealed instead of open. But I guess we have to abide by that which is standard in our country at this time, and that would be the concealed carry permit, which is something that I'm definitely going to be looking into. So aside from that, so here's my impression of the Ruger LC9s. This particular one is the one that comes with the safety. Uh, I would much rather not have the safety personally. I think with this particular striker fire pistol, the built-in safety of the lever here is decent enough for a concealed carry. Because the other reason is it has the magazine disconnect when you have the safety in it. So that would be one of my complaints. Another one would be the way they have angled the grip on this guy. I really wish this wasn't concaved. I'd much rather have it be more rounded to conform to the hand. But overall, it doesn't feel bad. And of course, just so you all know, it is definitely empty, and there's nothing in the magazine, of course. With none of the pistols I've shown you have anything in them. They're completely empty and safe. So again, I wish it didn't have the safety. I don't like magazine disconnects, although I think the other two definitely do. I know the FN57 has a magazine disconnect, but I can't remember on the Glock 27. But I wish it didn't have the safety. I don't think it needs it. As far as the gun itself, it feels good. I do like the trigger pull. You feel where it breaks, so you can hear it click there. And if we go to reset it, let's put the other. I'll put the other clip in. This one will show you again the trigger pull. I'll reset. There, it just set. There it is. So it comes almost all the way up. So again, break. Set. And again. So it's not too bad on the throw. Definitely an improvement over the LC9 that I have seen in the past, which is one of the reasons when I got the Glock 27 that we went with the Glock 27 over the LC9 is I did not like the trigger pull, where the trigger broke all the way back against the frame. It was a very long throw. As far as the gun itself, I haven't fired it yet. It's brand new. I haven't taken it out and shot it. Decent in that perspective of a gun. I like that aspect. Weight-wise, it's just a little bit lighter than the 27. When you load up the 27 is definitely heavier than the 9. Of course, the Smith & Wesson 40 is a little bit heavier round. Plus, the 27 carries a couple more rounds that the Ruger does not carry in 9mm. Another complaint that I have with it is its takedown. You have to pull the slide back, and there's a little pin in here that has to be released. So the slide comes back a bit. Then you got to get a punch, or they say a paper clip, in order to push the pin out. And, oh, I forgot, I got to pull the lock down first. A little lock safety here. Again, this is a struggle for me. Haven't quite figured this one out completely yet. So I'll come back once. So I've taken the magazine out. I've decocked the hammer, so there's trigger's not engaged any longer. Then this thing comes down. It is rather tough to get it to come down, but it does pop down. There, it's popped down. Now we got to slide the slide back enough to get the pin out. So I'm slide the slide slightly, and then there's a little hole in here, and we're going to push the pin through. There it goes. Once you get it right, it comes through fairly easily. And then we just take it off, and that's how it disassembles. Fairly simple. Maybe not as simple as the FN, maybe not as simple as the Glock, and the fact that you have to use a separate tool. In this case, I've got a punch, paper clip, or something in order to push the pin out. That would be my another complaint with it. So complaint one is the grip. I wish it was rounded, kind of similar to the FN57 grip. I wish it was more like this. It seems to fit the hand a little bit better. but otherwise still not bad for a grip. And just my hand could definitely use to have some sort of rounded concaveness there. And what I might do is put some grip tape on it as well, and that might make a difference and help out that grip. As far as everything else goes, of course, this just slides out, and then you got your barrel free, and that's how it's quickly disassembled. And I won't break it down any further than that. Pretty simple, basic, real similar to other striker fire pistols that I've seen, as well as the FN and the Glock 27 that I presently own. Back together is just the reverse process. Slide it back together, pull it back enough to slide the pin through, pop the pin in, lift the lock clip up, and now we're good to go again. And with now we're back to working order. So that's my first impressions. I will potentially do another video down the road after I fired it, potentially even while I'm shooting it, for my first impressions of me firing this gun for the first time. Being as it's winter in Portland and I usually fire out in the forest and it's covered in snow, it's probably not going to be a video till this spring when the snow melts. But overall, I'm very pleased. Cannot complain for a free gun in that perspective. I've never owned a Ruger, so this is my first, and I do like it, and it definitely was one that I was considering getting once I read some reviews on the LC9s. So thanks again to Key Sporting Goods for the drawing and for the winning of the firearm. Very grateful and can't wait to fire it. Take care.